Alright then, I am finally back. Hopefully, if I speed through these, I will be able to get through all of the Jurassic Park movies. Uh, I really don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, but I have to try. Okay. I have to check and see if it's working so that I can start this quickly, because I am going to be barely skirting by on time. There we go. Seems like we're good. Okay, so do I need to explain what's going on here? I think everyone gets the picture, at least the ones who are been watching the last two. I am trying to watch all of the Jurassic Park movies before I go to watch the new Jurassic World Dominion. So I'm gonna type this in. Go. And hopefully, hello hi Rusty. Whew. Yeah. So I'm here to watch all of the Jurassic Park movies before the new Jurassic World Dominion, and I've got 3 more to go. I watched The Lost World, and I watched Jurassic Park. I watched The Lost World and the original Jurassic Park. So now we're on to Jurassic Park 3, a movie that I absolutely hate. I despise this movie. I'm not gonna hide it. I hate this movie, and I'm gonna be here shit talking the entire time. So I just want to get on with it. This is a watch along, which means that the video will not be played on screen. You have to get your own copy of the movie to watch it along with me. Will be a timer which you can sync up to. That's the whole point of this thing. And if you don't have a copy of Jurassic Park 3, I would say buy it, but I don't think this film deserves money. So I don't know, pirate it or something. I don't know. It's up to you. Regardless, I need to start this because I have to watch. My movie starts in like 6 hours, so I have 6 hours to watch like 2 hour long movies. So let's just get this started. I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna start the timer, and we're gonna do this. So let's get this going in 3, 2, 1. Make sure this is going right. Yep, we're good. We got it all synced. Let's do it. Got the chat open. Let's watch the worst Jurassic Park movie ever made. This will be fun only to talk bad about it. Like that's it. Nothing else is gonna be worth it in this movie. Alright. Whoa. Yeah, the Spino design and sounds are great. It's too bad it was implemented so poorly. It was implemented with the same finesse and care that a child places a hammer on a surface that you don't want destroyed. And here are a bunch of idiots taking a parasailing trip around Dinosaur Death Island. I do love that somebody did point this out once. That these people have their own branding, so like this is like clearly a black market operation. Like you can't have this be legal. This is like background stuff, but they have their own branding, so they got their own black market dinosaur sailing brand. I think that's kind of funny. They got a logo, they got a name and everything. Seems kind of productive, doesn't it? It's like on the back of the thing, like Dinosaur or something like that. Oh god. By like they're clearly going into a river there, but they never actually go into that river either. There it is. Look, Dinosaur. They have their own brand and a phone number on the back. Oh, that's funny. It's just stupid. Oh, I guess on the underside, the top side is fine, but the underside has the logo. Bit strange. Hmm. Oh yeah, it's great. We're about to die. Woo! I like how I gotta see there's no fog in front of them anywhere right here in this large, wide open shot. And then suddenly, magical fog appears out of nowhere. Yeah! Come join Dinosaur, the Parasaur on an island of dinosaurs. Yeah, it's a great job. Look how thick the fog is all of a sudden. You can't even see the boat. Where did it come from? It's like it was just mystically summoned from the plot. That's so obvious, like the green screen there. It looks like they're in a really cheesy photo shoot for like a B movie. And then also the boat's just destroyed, and nobody ever explains how it happens. Like, I know there's like bits in there like, oh, it was supposed to be the pterosaurs, but what it was supposed to be doesn't matter. What matters is what it actually is in this movie, which is never explained. Magical fog just show up. Woo! I also love that they're like freaking out. They're gonna crash into rocks when they're like hundreds of feet in the air, and it would like push them around the boat slightly. Option 1, float around a boat that's trapped on a small outcrop, or disconnect and fly into an island of man-eating dinosaurs. Yes, go man-eating dinosaurs. If I don't have a chance to die, this ain't a vacation. Woo! Oh, look, it's Ellie after she broke up with Dr. Grant. Why? Because the story required that they have a way to get off the island, and nobody could think of a better idea. Some weird quote about Jack Horner. I don't know. I wasn't paying full attention. It still bothers me so much that this. If you don't know the thing about Jurassic Park 3, is that it was written in 6 weeks, and it really, and when I say really, I mean it really shows. Like it's so obvious. They're sending out smoke signals that it only took 6 weeks to write this film. I think I mentioned it before, but I've mentioned it many times before. I've written my own Jurassic Park 3 story that is miles better than this. You have a writer, you have a Hollywood writer 6 weeks to write a film, and they come up with this garbage. That's all they got. Here comes a really dumb quote that hopefully. Yeah, except for it wasn't Steven. Because the thing is, it wasn't Steven who directed this movie. Who was it? It was one guy, and he doesn't. That's so fucking stupid. Ugh. Who directed this pile of garbage? I forget. Joe Johnston. That was it. Joe Johnston. Joe Johnston. Colin Trevorrow directed Jurassic World and Dominion. I forget his name, directed Fallen Kingdom, but Jurassic Park 3 was directed by Joe Johnston. Yeah, what's up, Riley? We're here watching the worst of the worst. This is where Alan Grant says the quote that directly contradicts his entire character. With no good reason for him to do so. I still hate the quote. They were smarter than primates. No, they weren't. They would have been better to say that if they were the smartest, modern day birds. That's true, but that isn't a very catchy quote, is it? That sounds like a bad speech from like an asylum film. The forced clap. Oh god. Everyone's hand raises. Ooh. That does not relate to Jurassic Park. Everyone's hands go down. In San Diego, which I did not witness. It's so cringy. You're right. That was the. I don't even know what to say about that. That was so awkward. An engine did at Jurassic Park is create genetically engineered theme park monsters. There it is, character assassination. Literally, in the first movie, as we watch, after getting attacked by a T-Rex, he says they are just animals, not monsters. And Alan Grant, unlike Ian Malcolm in the second movie, has no reason to do this character 180. They're just lazy. They don't know how to write a character. Oh look, it's the red shirts. Yeah, we're so strong, we got big guns. Not gonna lie, this would be a great gun to use against an actual dinosaur. That right there, that phone call noise is then the only things I like about this movie. It's very catchy. It's like the only thing you remember, because in some of the dumbest scenes, like the phone in the stomach. Like, where are they? Are they like the salt plains of Utah or something? And why is there a bunch of crashed planes out here? A bunch of stripped and crashed planes. Yeah, a whole two of them. Really? That's funny. Cringe line. He said the line. He said it. It's cringe. Fort Peck, Lake, Montana. Scobie, Wacago Park. Hey, Billy, what's up? You're gonna. You really should have died in this movie. How does a paleontologist not know the difference between bone and rock? Like, I don't care if like an intern or practicing. How do you, if you're training in this environment, how could you be so dumb? Shouldn't you like have a functioning brain to be a paleontologist? They're gonna run out of funding in 3 weeks. 3D printer. And here comes the really like there is some science behind certain creatures having like things like this, but not raptors. Wow, it sounds almost nothing like it, Billy. Kirby Enterprises. Yeah, it was Udesky. Udesky, right? Udesky was on Sesame Street. I think I've heard this fact before. Greg giving him the death grip, like really Billy stepping in. It's not your place, Billy. Just because you can make money doesn't mean anything. I love the Lego game version of this where she's wearing a tiara just to kind of get across what kind of personality she has. What's up, Brick Trick? We just started. We're in the bar scene where they promise them money at the check that they never actually, see if it bounces or not. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, the Lego interpretation of this game was fantastic. The Lego game version of Jurassic Park 3 was awesome. So it wasn't. I mean, it was for me too, my man. I saw Jurassic. I mean, I was born in 1999. I could only see this in theaters. Yeah, nice, Brick Trick. Let's have a little fun. Let's make fun of this thing. Contribution to your research. I'll write you a check with any number on it. Just please don't check it before we leave. We'll leave tomorrow. You can cash your check when we get back. Okay? God, I hate that. It's so dumb. Ugh, it hurts. It physically hurts that is their plot element to get him to the island again. The same one as the first movie. Only he almost died in the first one. He's like, I'll go for round 2. A check with some money on it. And then the Lucky Pack brought back too. Gotta reuse old Jurassic Park ideas. Lucky Pack, Alan Grant getting paid to go to the island. No new ideas here. That's lame. I can't wait for the scene. It's gonna come up, the freaking raptor plane scene. I know, right? It's so weird. He just sells out whenever someone offers him a load of cash. I mean, it made sense in the first movie because Dr. Hammond was the one solely funding his research. He was essentially Alan's boss, saying, hey, come with me on a little vacation. I have something to show you. He's signing your goddamn checks. He's the reason you are at your dig. It makes some amount of sense, all right? And plus, he didn't know the danger. Now he's getting from a random person who isn't funding his dig site, and he doesn't even check if he doesn't even go to look if the check bounces. It's because of the Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus design is cool. The Spinosaurus sounds are cool, but it was implemented with all the subtlety of a sledgehammer smashing cinder blocks. It was so bad. If it was used better, it'd be, it wouldn't be so bad. But Spinosaurus' design and sounds are cool. It's just that they left it in the hands of a 5-year-old to put it in the plot. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes, baby. Oh. Yo, what up? I want a sandwich. Service on this flight is terrible, huh? Seriously though, that part is not only stupid, but doesn't make any sense. How would Alan know about the raptor designs that he hasn't seen yet? Oh, it pisses me off. Ooh, that makes me angry. It's so inconsistent. It's just like the first warning sign that they didn't care at all about consistency in any way. They were just like, make a movie. Check. You have to check, like, make sure we're consistent with the first 2 films. Nope. That's for someone else to deal with. Who? The fans. They can piece it together. Yeah, I know, right? I'll give you a $10 Subway gift card, man. You're gonna add the killer dinosaurs. I mean, that's kind of funny, I guess. It's like, oh, the parrot didn't say his name, but the raptor did. But it's still stupid. Like, it's supposed to be creepy or scary. Alan freaks out, but it's not scary. It's hilarious. And again, it's inconsistent because he's never seen those kinds of raptors before. It's a fail on like 2 different levels. It's like a fail X. I know, right? I would have never made that connection myself either. And look, look at those low poly models. Maybe they could have been rendered on a PlayStation 1, perhaps a PlayStation 2 if you were feeling really bougie. Seriously though, that looks terrible. It looks like Jurassic World levels of bad CGI. It doesn't look like it belongs there at all. It is a good meme, but it's not a very good part of the movie. No. Wait, I can't land here. Oh no, Alan Grant, you've been deceived. Maybe you could have figured that out if you said that check bounced. Also, I'm curious. Did all of these mercenaries, do we know if their checks bounced or do they get like legit checks? Is that, I mean, I'm curious if you managed to trick everyone being like, oh yeah, we're leaving tomorrow, pack up your guns, let's go. And then everyone's check bounced. I'm genuinely curious. Eric, Ben! I gotta get, let me get my second microphone out to shout in this forest of killer dinosaurs. Ben! Eric! I love how they have bulletproof vests on. They're going to fight dinosaurs, and they brought bulletproof vests. Did they expect the dinosaurs to be strapped? That'd be hilarious. Raptor comes out with a fucking Glock and just starts popping them. We came to the wrong island! Oh my god. Oh, it took a big space brain genius to figure out that shouting into a jungle of dinosaurs with a megaphone is a bad idea, huh? Yes, but... What's a bad idea? I also love how they ran into the one singular part of the island that's brand new, like Spinosaurus. It sounds bigger. That's the dumbest thing. God, I hate it. It's so dumb. Yeah, I know, right? I'd love that. Spinosaurus just comes blast and just shoots the plane down with a freaking AA turret. I still love how the Spinosaurus, there's only one of them on the entire island. It's an experimental dinosaur there's only one of. And the first thing they see when setting down on this island is the Spinosaurus. What? You didn't even roll a nat 1. You rolled your dice and it flew off the table and killed the cat. Like, how the hell did you roll like that? That's like a -1. How the hell did you do that? And then this guy Cooper comes around with like a little bit of blood on his arm, like he got slashed. What attacked him? The Spinosaurus at the size of a building. How did he only take a small bit of damage on his arm? That's Cooper. I'll give points for this. The man crying as the plane's about to leave him behind is probably one of the most realistic elements of this entire movie. And then here comes the Spino. Hello. And then somehow the plane smashes his spine and he's still alive. The plane crashed into him at takeoff velocity. How is the Spinosaurus alive? Seriously. Ugh. My headcanon, there are 2 Spinosauruses and that one's dead on the runway. Because there was no way. A plane smashes into a Spinosaurus' sail and spine and he just lives. It's at takeoff velocity. It's a plane that can hold what looks like 15 people. That's like the size of a Quetzalcoatlus, and it's probably, God, how much would a plane like that even weigh? It's just, ugh. That's not even a nitpick. That is a genuine problem with this movie. I know, right? The spine is one of the biggest vulnerabilities in the Spinosaurus, and it hit it in a way that would make it the most vulnerable too. And yet, it's still alive. And you even see the blood on the windshield, but somehow, nope, it's fine. That's what the Baryonyx is born. That's how you make a spine. That's how you make a Baryonyx crash him into the spine. Just take it right off. What do you think it was? Peekaboo. Also, how did the Spinosaurus not pull this plane right out of the tree? How is there enough resistance from the branches to like, what? No, I'm not, blech. You know what, screw it. I don't even need to finish that statement. You know what I'm talking about. You look so cool, and then we're gonna watch a shot that was so poorly, like, made that you can see the Spinosaurus looks like an animatronic at Universal. Look at it just moving its head back and forth in full light and everything. It looks so fake. It looks like an animatronic, not a dinosaur. Plot convenience. Okay, so the Spinosaurus grabs the plane and literally shakes it and rips off the front, but that doesn't crash it. The Spinosaurus's roar knocks it out of the tree. Okay. Who needs logic? Logic is stupid. And then Spinosaurus plays a little soccer. Or football, wherever you come from. The scene is suspenseful as long as you don't think too hard about the logic of everything that's happening. Indeed, he has. I love how she runs out of the plane, too. Like, what, you think it's safer in the open jungle than in the plane? Yeah, I know. Logic is illegal. It's been made illegal in this universe. At least for, like, this period of time. Being smart in any way. All these glass shards flying and not one person gets hurt from them either. That's kind of funny, too. All this glass goes flying everywhere and you're all fine? Come on. Also, a really fun point to point out while watching this. Pay attention to this difference in size between the animatronic and, like, the CGI, because there's, like, a significant difference. Spinosaurus CGI model is way bigger in some of these shots than he is in the, as the animatronic. And it's very obvious. Like this. Look, he's so... How... He just grew, like, an extra 10 feet. What the fuck? His foot's, like, half the length of the plane there. Now he's like the size of Godzilla. And then the funniest part, he gets stopped by some trees. If everyone remembers the first movie, the T-Rex kicked the tree in half without slowing down, but 2 trees stopped the Spinosaurus. What's J.O.? Like T-Rex and J.O. Ah. And here comes the baby T-Rex that's like 14 feet tall compared to the 20-foot tall T-Rex in the original Jurassic Park. Look at him, look how tiny he is. He's only like twice as tall as Grant. He's so small. I know, right? And then somehow Grant doesn't get crushed under these trees. The trees in this area are made out of Invinci wood. Spinosaurus gets his neck bitten by an animal that can bite with 6 tons of force and manages to survive. Because logic is for suckers. Not gonna lie though, this scene is shot really well. The cinematography in this scene is amazing. They keep the camera low to the ground at about a human eye level, track the entire fight without doing too many fly-arounds. It really makes the dinosaurs feel big. Which shows that the cinematographer at least knew what he was doing, you know? Hell yeah. And the Spinosaurus breaks a T-Rex's neck, one of the most durable, muscular parts of the T-Rex's body. Because it's whatever. That whole big string of events was just full of stupid. Except for these guys, you know. Nobody would help us except for these 3. I believe it. If I called up, somebody said, "Hey, my kid's trapped on Dinosaur Island," and they said, "Good luck," I'd be like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. My kid's probably dead." Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bark. Snap the T-Rex's neck. He's got that super strength potion. Heck yeah. Spinosaurus turned on God mode. Seriously, was that? That's 2 months. 2 months! Eric has been on this island for 2 months and he's still alive. You can search for him by yourself, dumbass. I'm not gonna die. 2 months. How does anyone on an island of dinosaurs with no supplies, no idea where they are, and they're a kid, how the fuck do they survive 2 months? I wouldn't survive 2 hours in this place. I doubt anyone else would either. It's amazing how much there's to complain about. We're 30 minutes into this. I really this whole movie is plot convenience and plot armor the movie. It's so bad. You'll never get an answer to that, son. It's just cheating. That's what the Spinosaurus did. He cheated. Oh, look, I really care about these one-dimensional characters and their relationship. Actually, okay. What's her name? I know her name, like the actor Tia Leone or something like that. What is her name in the movie? Amanda. That's it. Amanda. Amanda is a one-dimensional character. Her one-dimensional character trait is that she's annoying. But Paul Kirby. Oh, here comes. Look at it. How the hell does Billy, a paleontologist, not know the difference between a Suchomimus and a Spinosaurus? Like, come on, man. Whatever. But beyond that, Paul Kirby is a zero-dimensional character. Paul Kirby has no definable character traits. He is literally the stock plot, like, fill-in for a dad in a movie. It is really obvious if you pay attention. He has nothing. There's nothing that makes him a unique character that stands out from anything. He is a dad in a movie. Look at this. They're questioning him like, oh, did you actually do those things? Like, they already know he lied. Who cares? He already lied. You know he's lying. Stop wasting our time. We know he lied already. Nobody cares. He didn't need aimbot. He's got one of them spam clickers because he's a melee class. So he's got one of the spam clickers that clicks like 1,000 times per second. Because there's no cooldown between his attacks in this game. Chris rocked the T-Rex. Oh no, there he goes. And then Udesky is lying. He's not even a mercenary. Everyone's lying. Billy's lying. Paul is lying. Amanda's lying. Udesky's lying. Is Alan lying? Somebody find me a lie that Alan says in this movie so we can say that everyone's a liar, because Udesky's lying about being a mercenary. Amanda and Paul are lying about being rich. Billy's lying about the raptor eggs. What is Alan lying about? I really enjoy listening to these two bicker. He's one personality-less character and one character whose personality is that she's annoying. I love listening to them talk. It's really a lot of fun. The lie is that Alan isn't Alan. That's actually a pretty good point. He doesn't act like Alan, does he? He's an imposter. Alan is an imposter because this is an Alan Grant. God, her voice is so annoying. This is an imposter in Alan Grant's clothing who acts like Alan Grant, sort of. Only like halfway though. This is pairs with the cardboard fin. He's quite big. I think I'd have to be a Suchomimus. Alan Garand. Woo! And look, oh look at this. He unscrews this. Look at it. He unscrews this flashlight, which has like C batteries, and then suddenly he gets the camcorder working. What camcorder uses C batteries? How does that work? Like, does I? Whatever. Screw it. Don't question it. There's enough questioning that needs to be done about the plot of this movie. Like, did they even need to explain that they need to swap out the batteries? Couldn't the batteries just still be working? It dropped into a forest 2 months ago, sure, but old stuff stays charged for a long time. My 2DS I left in the closet for 5 months still worked. Still had power. You telling me that this camcorder from like 2001 couldn't hold its power for more than 2 weeks when it's left off? They literally, they didn't even need to explain that, but they did it, and then they effed it up. So, nice work, guys. Oh, what is it, Brick Tricks? What do you need to confess? And they're so high up that he had to drop him, but then he could reach up and turn the camera off. I'm just gonna make a fart sound effect every time something stupid happens in this movie that I can point out. I don't know how a sail wouldn't get torn crashing through all these tree leaves, but you know what? I won't fart to that. It's fine, whatever. Plot convenience, not... Hey, if it wasn't for them killing the T-Rex in front of me, which was like my childhood icon, I probably would have too. It's fine. I have a friend who loved this movie as a kid. He acknowledges it's bad, but he still enjoys it. So because that's what you can do as a person. You can acknowledge a movie is bad and still enjoy watching it. You don't. I mean, I'm gonna say this right now. I like watching the 1998 Godzilla movie. I will never say it's a good movie. Never in a million years. But I do enjoy watching it because that's fine. As a person, you can have guilty pleasures. You can enjoy something that's bad, but you can't then mistake your enjoyment of something bad to mean that it's suddenly a good movie, which is what a lot of people do. They make that basic mistake. Also, I love this. Eric survived 8 weeks on Dinosaur Island after landing 20 yards from a raptor nest. That is, for some reason, also unguarded in this scene. Like I said, man, it's fine if you know it's bad. That's all you need to know. If you're willing to admit that it's a bad movie, you can enjoy it all you want. I don't have a problem with that. I hate it when people conflate their opinion with the actual quality of a film, because those are two very different metrics. Jurassic Park 3 is a bad movie. If you enjoy it, well, power to you, my man. I'm glad you can enjoy it, because I cannot enjoy it for the life of me. I could try my hardest, and I will never like this movie. Yeah, it is. That's a very good statement. It's a good action. If this movie was released by itself with no connection to any previous movie, it would be fine. It would be a 6 out of 10. But because it came in and just smeared a handful of dirt all over the Jurassic Park franchise, that's where the problem lies. That's really where it lies. Like, it would just be a dumb dinosaur movie if it wasn't for the connection to Jurassic Park. You're totally right about that. In truth, I know this movie is probably a 4 or 5 out of 10, something middling, very generic, but my personal opinion, my personal enjoyment of this movie leaves me scoring it at a 2 out of 10. That's personal enjoyment, 2 out of 10. It did, it really did. It killed the franchise for 15 years almost. Between Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World, there was a 14-year gap. It literally assassinated the franchise for 14 years. Almost a decade and a half. That's one of the good quotes in this movie. If I lose you, it's just me and the damn tourists. There is one good line. I'll give him a point there. And here we go. This is what was supposed to be the InGen camp, but luckily they changed it so that it's not the InGen camp. Because if it was, then they would have had to explain how the entire island changed biome in the matter of, like, a single movie. Yeah, no. It's honestly one of the worst movies I've ever seen in terms of how much I've enjoyed it. It is legitimately that bad. I hate this movie. So this is where it is. Like, they look in the windows like it's supposed to be the truck that was broken into, but they didn't. They changed it. Oh yeah, Rusty. I have you know, I wrote my own Jurassic Park 3 story, and I'm planning on editing it and then posting a link to it on my channel because when I was 14, over the course of 6 weeks, like the original Jurassic Park 3, wrote an updated and better script for this movie. I essentially wrote a better story. And there's a lot of people who have agreed they haven't really read it, but they've heard the ideas that I had. I mean, it's not hard to say why mine's better. And I'm not the kind of person to usually be full of myself and say things like that. I'm usually very, oh, well, I'm not the best. But in terms of my ability to make a better story than Jurassic Park 3, I have 100% confidence in myself. I love this. Tries to get a freaking change. There's no power here, Paul. I can't wait, Brick Trick. It'll be exciting, yeah. Just so you know what Brick Trick's talking about. Me and Brick Trick are actually working on translating it into a short little Lego stop motion, the Jurassic Park 3 story I wrote. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see it. Because it's gonna be better than this! Yeah. So, I'm just gonna start talking about my better scenes I made for this while these slower scenes happen. So, in my scene where they go to a laboratory, instead of raptors in this facility, it's an army of camouflaging Carnotaurus that the team run into. And it kind of advances like a horror movie. They go into the building and they aren't sure if any dinosaurs are there, and they're slowly going through the halls until one of them vanishes, and they turn around and they just see his gun on the ground and they see nothing else until Grant gets suspicious and tells them to put on the thermal imaging things, and they put them on and they see that what they thought was just a pile of dirt and like leaves in the hallway, it's actually Carnotaurus camouflaging itself. And that's when things start to go horribly, horribly wrong. It's a pretty Cliff Note summarization of what happens, but that is what happens. Instead of this dumb thing where a raptor pretends to be in a tube as a severed head, and Amanda's dumb enough to look at that. It looks like a PlayStation 1 rendering. Why does it look so bad in that tube? Look at the lighting. Ugh. It looks terrible. Yeah, I'm sure there's a severed head in there, Amanda, dumbass. Here's a Velociraptor really cool design that was wasted on this movie. Yeah, I used the camo. It's from the books. The camouflaging contours is from the books. Then it was used in the amazing arcade game, which I used to have on my computer, but the program I used to run it broke, so I can't play it anymore, unfortunately. I still have a recording of my playthrough on the channel. Yeah, you're in a tunnel. What did you think was going to happen? I genuinely don't think that gap is small enough to fit the raptor in it. And here it comes. How does he know that? Not only does it not sound like the calling for help in the original Jurassic Park, but Grant never even heard that sound anyway, so he wouldn't recognize it regardless. I know he's a scientist, but he never heard that sound. And even then, it sounds different anyways. There's the sound. See, that, you would have had at least some justification if you said it after that right there. He would have shrunk to get to the gap. Yeah, and here comes the super badly rendered CGI Parasaurolophus and Corythosaurus that have so much motion blur that they look like they belong in a Star Wars prequel. It just looks so bad. Oh, look at them, they're so bad looking. Ugh. They have the same rendering power they did in the opening scene. And the raptors look fine, but then the Parasaurolophus come back and it's like, oh, what happened? We dipped from like 1080p to 420. Not 420. Yeah, 420, whatever. Screw it. I also love how they made baby versions just by shrinking the adults. Like, yeah, we don't have the budget to make an actual baby dinosaur. Let's just shrink the adults. Babies are just smaller versions of adults, right? They don't have any differences between the two of them. That's why the baby Corythosauruses have full adult crests. Saw Jar Jar in there. Oh no. I mean, you know, Parasaurus kind of looks like him. It'll work. I'm pretty sure if you took a raptor talon claw through the spine, you wouldn't be able to scream. You just collapse. Like, completely unable to move. Gotta love that raptor's hearing skills, though. Completely missed his target. You know, I like to imagine when he moves his arm here, it's the raptors with puppet strings in the trees above. I really love to imagine that every time it's like a raptor with a little puppet strings in a tree. Ha, we got her! I really wish she died there. And there's the white raptors that we get to see in Dominion as well, like the white Atrociraptor ghost. Oh yeah, no. I mean, it did look like they were fast enough, but somehow the raptors, like, I don't know. It's rubber banding, that's all it is. The raptors couldn't get too close. Like rubber banding in a racing game. They had to keep just enough distance ahead of them. Yep, okay, the claw through the spine, that didn't kill him. But the nibble on the back of the ears, no, that's what did it. He's finally dead now. Also, this raptor decided to play peekaboo. Peekaboo, Dr. Grant. Oh, look at the rendering. The feet, they look so bad. They didn't look like they belonged there at all. And then, at plot convenience, woo! The kid on an island 3 times the size of Isla Nublar magically manages to find Grant at the exact right moment. Nice job, kid. You come in handy right when the plot needs you. Screw this movie. The credits of this movie should just be an apology for having to watch it. This movie had a budget of 20 Chuck E. Cheese tokens which they could use to win prizes at the arcades for props. That kid is the bushiest head of hair. He has the kind of hair that I wish I had. My hair's not that bushy yet, though. I want that big old head of hair. I love how InGen has their own branded lanterns. That's kind of funny. It's kind of like when in Godzilla vs. Kong, Monarch had their own water bottles. Like, do they sell these? Is there InGen branded lanterns like in survival gear shops? What am I doing here? The plot said I needed to be here. Is this like a thing of beans or something? Doesn't look all that tasty. And I wonder like, you know, most companies they expand out to various different strange areas. I wonder how many different products InGen had before they went, you know, bankrupt. Because every kid that meets Grant has read his books. InGen Air Forces, yeah, I mean, look at that Crunch Bar. I'll give him points. Crunch Bar is really good, so I'll accept that product placement because Crunch Bars are delicious. Really, InGen left no weapons behind. None. BS. There we go. How'd you get it? You don't want to know. Actually, I do, Ryder. Please explain to me how a kid got T-Rex pee. Plot convenience. Okay. Yeah, I should have seen that one coming. One prop from Jurassic Park 3. Can I just take the entire Spinosaurus animatronic? I'll take that with me. Or if I can't, that's too big, I'll take one of the raptor suits. I'll just take the entire goddamn Spinosaurus robotic. Give it to me, I'll take it. These kids in these movies read a lot. Like, that's unrealistic. No kid reads this much. That's really funny, Mr. Ryder, considering that you sit and you're talking about, oh, I think he was high on his stuff. Have you seen your plot? Have you seen your writing? How about you shut up? Ian Malcolm is 100 times. The fictional character of Ian Malcolm could have written a better story than this. Hi, compies. Thanks for your cameo. Let's just take the whole island. Woo! Exactly. These kids read both of Alan Grant's books and Ian Malcolm's books, which are probably like really thick too. I imagine they're not like paperback little 20-page articles. They're probably like type 8, like tiny little size 8 font, like wordy as hell, all of them. Hi, Ankylosaurus, thanks for your cameo. You look really cool. I wish you were in more of this movie than just 2 seconds. Bye. I don't care about the relationship of the cardboard cutouts. Actually, the cardboard cutout and the idea of a character sitting next to her. God, we're 50 minutes into this. It feels so much longer. Just let it be over. Let me be free. I want to go watch the other ones. Oh, look. Oh, it's characters. Man, I really care about their backstory. Movie, you haven't done enough to give a crap. These characters have no personality. Oh. No, no, we have 40 minutes. Don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that. I realize I'm only a little over halfway through this garbage fire. You're right. I guess cardboard cutout would be Owen and Claire from the new Jurassic World. Amanda Kirby is a picture of a character written on lined like college ruled paper in a high school room, and Paul Kirby is the imagined image of a character that might have been scribbled down if the kid could have been bothered to, you know, actually do it. Yeah, no. I'm at 51 minutes out of an hour and 30, so I don't think so. They're not. They're just kind of one note. They're not exactly diverse or unique. They do the role, but that's about it. Life size cut out of a mosasaur. Where do you put that? In your warehouse? How many miles of cardboard did you need to make it? They're not terrible. They're just kind of one note, one dimensional, not very fleshed out. You know, compared to someone like Roland Tembo or Ian Malcolm or, well, the original cast of Jurassic Park, they really don't hold up to the same level of writing scrutiny. Sure, sure, the kid's smart enough. He's not dead. I guess that's true. It's better than Paul Kirby, who is literally nothing. He is a nothing character. cardboard. Yeah. Eric Kirby is the most likable character here, and even he's not very diverse or interesting. That's only because he's so capable. He's not just a kid screaming at things like in the other movies. He's the most capable child character in this movie besides, besides, of course, Kelly, who judo kicked a freaking rabbit out a window. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Here's where the dumb stuff starts again. Are you ready for a lot of dumb things in one short little scene? Here we come. The phone that can somehow be heard through a Spinosaurus stomach at this goddamn distance. And somehow, Alan and Eric, and then Paul and Kirby, and how did they end up at the same place just randomly on the other side of a fence? Which one of the two crossed the fence? Has anyone ever questioned that? They're on the opposite end of the fence, but when did they cross it? Yeah, I know, right? Yet it's so loud he blows out his damn eardrums. The phone ringing. Fucking entire house's foundation gives out and the house collapses. Yeah. I don't think it's loud enough yet. There's not any cracks in the cement outside. Genuinely, what's... it's just kind of funny that they put like spikes at the top of the fence. I guess that's great if the power turns out, but are you really banking that hard on power turning out that you need to put spikes at the top of the fence? So this phone survived getting eaten by a Spinosaurus, like it chewing and the guy up, and then it swallowed it, and in its stomach, this phone is still alive through the stomach acid, and it's loud enough to go through the Spinosaurus' stomach, and the phone rings at just the right time so that it alerts them to the Spinosaurus. There is so much plot convenience. This is bull. If you ignore the stupid stuff... Oh, look at that bad CGI render. Ugh. Oh yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. Spinosaurus is about to break through a dinosaur-proof fence. Ready to this? Dinosaur, like, resistant fence, and... Look at that. It was made out of really tiny stuff. I don't even know. But then, this little tiny freaking hut that's like half its height. It's a little iron door. Somehow, that tiny iron door on a building half the height of the Spinosaurus stops him. This scene pisses me off every time I watch it. He just smashed down a metal fence designed to resist dinosaur attacks. But the hut was too much for him. Look at Billy being obvious. Yeah, you could have just said nothing about the bag, and Grant would have had no idea. But screw it. I hate this movie. I hate this movie. Yes, I'm having a breakdown. I have to watch this movie again. I never wanted to watch it again. I haven't watched it in a decade because I hate this movie. And now I have to watch it again because I was like, I'm gonna watch them all for Dominion. And yeah, great job, Billy. You just gave yourself away. You could have just shut up and it would have been nothing. But being subtle about what you're doing is stupid. There's the big fart for the whole big dumb whatever's. I hate this movie so much. It hurts to sit through this movie. And how much more do we have to go? It's only been like 8 minutes. Why? Why? I don't want to watch it anymore. uh, Also, I love this. Look at this. The behind them is a lake. Behind them is nothing but a lake, and then they go down the stairs, and suddenly it's a canyon. I hate this movie. Look, you can see the water. The water was out the window behind them. Look, you can see the water. What? Screw this movie. Fuck it. Descend into a lake and suddenly the water's gone and there's a canyon. I don't need any explanation. It's fine. It's not. Screw magical disappearing cliffs like in the original Jurassic Park. There's an entire disappearing lake in this movie. It just turns into a pteranodon dome in a canyon. Ugh, God. I hate this movie so much. And here comes like the only like genuinely good scene in this entire movie without like any flaws. Besides the pteranodons having teeth, of course. That's more of a design issue than the problem with the plot of the script. Now we get to something actually enjoyable and just good all the way through. Lake's just bow, bow, just vanishing to thin air. My head hurts. I'm genuinely getting a headache watching this movie because of how stupid it is. I'm not even like, I'm no gaff, no joke. I am genuinely getting a headache because of how much this movie is angering me with its stupidity. Oh my God. I'm having fun at least, because I got you guys here chatting and having some fun with me. If I was watching this alone, I don't know, claw my own eyes out or something. I probably just wouldn't have watched it. I would have stopped it before this point. I would have just given up. Billy's quote-unquote death. He should have been dead. If he died, that would have been bonus points towards the movie, because somebody on the good guy's side would have actually died. But no, we can't have that. Nobody but the red shirts get to die in this movie. Paul Kirby should have died. Amanda should have died. Billy should have died. Can we just like end the movie with Grant and the kid? Just have them go home. I would have liked that. At least kill Amanda. Like she's just so annoying. I think it's her shouting that attracted the Pteranodon, by the way. Because nobody else was shouting, everyone was whispering, and then she shouts and the Pteranodon lands on the platform. So I think this woman genuinely almost got her own kid killed because she just can't shut up. Grant putting his hands in Pteranodon poop and smelling it. Yes, this is definitely feces. I also love how the fog is so thick until the one moment Grant needs it not to be to figure out where they are. There's not 1 hour left. We're good. It's like 30 minutes. We're good. I know, Rip, you're watching, dude, but I'm watching a direct download. Look, it's like, I love how the fog just clears so that Grant could see it. It's so thick it can't see 2 feet in front of me, but Grant's like, oh, I need to look up to see what it is, and it just clears. Alright, let's get to the good part. Let's go. She's louder than her own phone. Bye, kid! Welcome to the good scene in the movie. Now watch this, and... snap of a finger. All the fog is gone! Where did it go? Oh, look, it's back! The fog's back! And then the fog is gone! Look at the fog just vanishes between shots! Where'd it go? Where's the fog? Why does it just keep disappearing? Also, there's a human skull up here, which means somebody else came to this island and died by the pteranodons. Don't explore that, though. That wouldn't be an interesting story. I actually do. If they're gonna go on and make other stuff in this franchise, they should make a series about other people that crashed on this island. Plot convenience and the plot inconvenience. Go, Billy. Think of it. The guy took the 10-way Subway gift card. Hell yeah. Also, those are some vicious babies. Like, jeez. Also, one thing I really love is that this kid's been on this island for 8 weeks and he's been totally fine. But what? This is literally the single day that the adults show up and he's getting mauled by baby pteranodons. Just do a long jump. I could jump that, but then again, I was pretending to be a raptor as a kid a lot, so I could have done it. Look at those teeth. For the dinosaur's name translates to winged and toothless. If you guys just turned around and did a long jump, I'm sure you could make it. I'm pointing out whatever I can because I don't know. This scene's okay. For a movie so full of terrible scenes, this is one of the best sequences. This just really just is the best sequence in the movie. Yeah. I don't think it was his fault. I just think it's the adults. Like I think any adult on Jurassic Park just attracts death. The kids are fine though. And ow. Slam into the rocks. This woman still won't stop shouting. I know, it's like a generic water splash sound effect. They couldn't even record someone actually falling into water. It just sounds like it should belong in like a PlayStation 2 game. Goddamn right. And here's a genuinely cool scene of Billy getting mauled by pteranodons. Here we go, a genuinely good scene in this movie. If Billy died, this would have been a genuinely good scene. Unfortunately, a later scene in the movie ruins it. Pteranodon, hello, you're next. Woo! Yeah, I know, right? You were so. It sounds exactly like the Minecraft water splash. Oh my god, you're right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, it sounds like from a video game, but I couldn't tell what. It's the Minecraft water splash sound effect. I didn't even point it out the obvious, the fact that the pteranodons are free in the last movie, but now they're in cages. Because they don't care about being consistent. Keeping consistent to your story, keeping consistent to the previous two movies and their stories, that's for nerds. We'll just wing it, and if something doesn't make sense, it's not our problem. I love how this boat, by the way, has probably been left here for like half a decade, and it still works, but their camera that they left here for 2 months was completely like out of battery. But the gasoline in this goddamn boat that's been here for over 5 years still works. Like, what? Whatever. Doesn't even need any repairs either. The engine still works. The gas is still functional. But no. 2 months and that freaking camera is out of battery, even though it's been off. Deadpool wrote this movie. I wouldn't be surprised if he just did it to write the worst movie he possibly could. Now I feel bad because he kind of died. Also, you know, actually, quick question. They're going downriver, aren't they? So shouldn't Billy have... How did Billy get past them? At the end of the movie, Billy ends up on the chopper, but before them, but they're on the same river, going the same direction that he would be flowing. So how did... You know what? That's just another problem to add to the movie. I didn't even think about it. Hey, I found a new issue with this watch through. How the hell did Billy get ahead of this moving boat with an engine going down the stream? He's got speed hacks. Billy's cheating. He's downed, but he's still flowing downriver faster than the boat with a working engine. Oh, look, our one scene of beautiful dinosaurs. I hope you enjoyed them. Oh, look, hi, Incarlosaurus, thanks for your second cameo. Hey, Parasaurolophus, nice to see you again. Wait a minute, that means Billy flowed through the Spinosaurus' area. How did a bleeding man in the water floating down a river faster than a moving boat not catch the attention of the Spinosaurus? How did he not get chomped? The more I watch this movie, the more I hate it. Billy has a potion of swiftness, and a potion of water breathing, and a potion of invisibility too, since the Spinosaurus never saw him. Oh, it's this point. They turned off the boat for like 2 minutes, so he quickly just went gas, 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 and fucking sped on past while we weren't looking. Because they turned off the boat here. There we go. That's how you explain it. That's an ender pearl. Whee! And then somehow the phone survived not only getting chewed on by the Spinosaurus, swallowed by the Spinosaurus, through the stomach acid and digestive tract of a Spinosaurus, but also getting pooped out. Where did they buy their phone? The most durable thing in the universe. That's one durable phone. Not even any of it's damaged either. Maybe Spinosaurus has really weak digestive system or something. Oh, here it comes. Hi, Ceratosaurus. Thanks for your cameo. Wish you were in the movie for longer. That's alright, Brick Tricks. I gotta, I'll watch. This is almost over anyways. We're almost past this movie. We can move on to something fun. I'll see you later, Brick Trick. You know, it's moments watching movies like these that I consider, man, wouldn't it be fun? I wonder what it'd be like to be drunk when watching this. It might be fun. I've never had a single drink of alcohol in my life, but it's just moments where I think maybe it would have made this more enjoyable. Stratosaurus doesn't like crap, so he just left, yeah. Gotta love how Mr. Kirby here is looking right at the back of the boat, and he's not gonna see the Spinosaurus approaching. Yeah, see you later, Big Tricks. Nice having you around. Is the dinosaur man? Oh, is that the front of the boat? That's actually the front of the boat. Okay, I'll give him points. I can't knock them there. I want to question what this cage is for. Like, why is this cage on the boat? Like, I could get if it was like a small crab fishing thing, but this is a human-sized, like, cage. What is it doing here? Did they capture dinosaurs on boats and cart them around? Why would they do that when they have helicopters? Here comes that dumb shit. We keep seeing the kid dancing to Barney during a Spinosaurus attack. Because who needs suspense and tension? Let's kill it all right now. Yep. Suspense is lame. Let's just kill it off. This scene could have been a lot better if it wasn't for that Barney scene. Oh no, the fuel that shouldn't work. It's pouring out. Yeah, they're trying to catch some ocean. Yeah. Find a weapon. Wait a minute, so it isn't a cage meant for people if there's boxes with weapons in them. So this is an InGen plan. This cage is an InGen plan to fight dinosaurs with. What? What a horrible plan. Why is it on a boat? I love how the only words he gets out are the river site B, and somehow she knows exactly where he is, too. Also, you know, I want to point out the fact that it's pitch night in the on Isla Sorna, and they're in Washington. Look, see, it's like daytime with Ellie, but it's nighttime here, and they're in Washington. They're on the Eastern time zone. Or sorry, not Eastern, but the Western time zone on like California, Washington, Oregon, and Isla Sorna isn't that far off. They're only like 1 hour away. How is it pitch midnight here, but it's the middle of the day for her? They're an hour apart. Where the hell is she? How laggy is their call? Like, the call took like 4 hours to reach her. What the hell? If you want to know how you know she's from Washington, you check the car plates in the opening of the movie. They're Washington state car plates. And then somehow, Amanda gets cut by the claws of a Spinosaurus and is still capable of standing. What the hell? And he shouts over the entire storm, thunder and rain, and somehow the Spinosaurus hears him shouting, "Hey," from that distance. BS. There's no way the Spinosaurus would have heard him. Nor would it even have cared. Seriously, though, the fact that they had weapons inside that box means that this was InGen's plan. InGen's dinosaur cage that they put people in to fight dinosaurs. Why else would they have weapons and tools inside of the goddamn cage? Also, I hope you like the Spinosaurus, because he's about to leave the movie entirely because Grant lights a little fire under him. Oh no, fire! I am defeated. Curses. I will now leave this movie for the rest of time and never return. And here's where Paul should have died. He just fell onto a crane that was burning and then had a crane drop on top of him, and somehow he's fine. Look at it, it's surrounded by fire on all ends. Yep, was scared away by a little fire, and instead of walking around it, runs away. And Paul, somehow, dropping into a pit of fire with a collapsing crane, comes out completely unharmed. Look at that. And then the scene with her hugging is so obviously green screened, it hurts. Look at the outline on their hair and bodies. Let's just get this damn thing over. I forgot there's more conversation. Shut up. End the movie. Paul, you should be dead right now. We could have skipped the scene if you had died like you should have. Screw this movie. It's almost done. I'm gonna make a bunch of painful noises until this movie ends. Just end already. One of the dumbest scenes is about to happen, by the way. So right now the plot should have been just Amanda, Alan, and Eric. Honestly. And then I think Amanda should have died during the raptor scene, and then we could have had the only two survivors who should have survived, because the only characters that are some way likable. The only two characters who didn't lie about something to the detriment of others. Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch all the rest of the movies in a row. I'm gonna do Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom after this. Some palate cleansers after this. Yeah, I mean, at least it's the shortest, but it feels like I've been here for 3 hours. This movie sucks. Why would the raptor think that she stole the eggs? Note that the raptor can smell the eggs on Alan right now. Why would she think that Amanda took the eggs? What? Screw it. I mean, they've been able to track them by scent this whole time, obviously. Otherwise, they would have not known where the eggs were when... The only way they could have known that they had the eggs is if they could smell them in the bag. So it should be able to smell them right now in Alan's bag, and it should be able to recognize him as having it, but whatever. We don't need logic. It's for dumb people. Oh, that's fine. You can hang out. Oh, here comes another dumb scene. Somehow Alan knows the exact sounds to make with this random resonating chamber that sounds nothing like a raptor to communicate with them. Ooh. Who cares? Spinosaurus chasing out throughout the whole movie. It's just Jason Voorhees the dinosaur. It doesn't need a reason to chase him. You're right. That is a dumb part of the movie. Spinosaurus is more of a serial killer than an animal for no reason whatsoever. At least the raptors have a reason. But, ugh. And here comes the dumbest, the single dumbest part of this movie. Like, even Eric randomly finding Alan Grant still makes more sense because there was a bunch of noise happening. At least there's something I can go on as to how Eric might have found Alan in that situation. But there was no excusing what's about to happen. There's nothing that will excuse it. It's so bad. Somehow. Not only is this guy... Look, there's no military anywhere around him. No helicopter. No military, no nothing. And then when they show up, it all just magically appears from nowhere. Look, where are all those helicopters and ships? Where were they? They weren't in the background of the last shot. Where were they before? Where did they come from? And also, how, with no prior communication, did the military find 5 people on an island? How did they find the right beach to go to on an island that's 3 times the size of Isla Nublar? How? Where were all those people hiding? First of all, there were no boats behind him in the first shot. But how did they find the exact right beach to get him? And not only did they find the exact right beach, they found Billy somehow, who, again, I pointed out, somehow got ahead of the ship. Just... This ending pisses me off. I know, right? They didn't care about the kid, but now there's like a couple more people, so now send in all the military. Whatever. It's over. We're almost done. We're almost free. Screw this movie. I hate this movie so much. Ugh. Gotta go see it so you can appear more films. You're right. Ellie put a tracker in him. Yeah. Oh, look, it's so beautiful. Those birds that almost killed us. They're so beautiful. Why are they so peaceful about that? Why is nobody worried that a bunch of murderous pteranodons just got loose? It's a funny joke. Hope they don't settle where we are. Let them kill other people. Fuck this movie. I hate it so much. That felt so long. I hate this movie. Look, there they go, off to kill people. Woo, happy music. Tonal dissonance. I hate this movie so much. I can't specify enough how much I hated this. I have a headache. I'm gonna go fill up my water and get an Advil so I can go watch Jurassic World because my head hurts. Physically hurts after watching that. Alright. Thanks for coming with. I'm gonna end this now. I'm done. I need to go get something to deal with my headache and get some more water. I'll be back with the Jurassic World stream in a couple minutes, so just hang out. I'm gonna stop the stream and turn it to another one so it saves us another video over time. So I'll see you on a few seconds. Thanks.